Hello, Attactioneers. Welcome to the Attack Action Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Morrow.
I'm your host, Colin.
And I'm your host, Blake Meyer.
Sorry to
usually
throw you
introduce
off.
us on this off-week episode.
Oh, I forgot how we do it. Let me do it again. Attactioneers, I'm your host, Mr. Morrow, and I'm joined with Colin, the handsome man, Dan, and Blake loves Kirby, just found out today, Meyer. Hey.
And Jigglypuff.
And Jigglypuff. He loves them pink. He loves them round. He loves them squishy.
Get
That
some.
could be a good song.
I like them round and squishy.
They gotta look like cinnamon rolls. Guess Jigglypuff has that cinnamon roll hair, I guess.
She does.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
I
we're not
can't
here
even
to
make
sing.
that up.
We're here to solve LSS's problems, right?
Are we not here to sing? I thought we were going to workshop a song together about flesh and blood.
So we're gonna have Lady Gaga as Malice.
That's actually kind of a good casting, except for we already did that casting.
Did you pitch that when we casted that? Man.
I was not born that way at that point. I was.
Okay.
I got gayer since then, and it
Hey,
unlocked different
congratulations.
parts of my brain.
Congratulations, dude. I love that.
Oh,
Got
yeah.
gayer.
Happy
That sounds-
Pride Month.
That sounds fun. Happy
In the
Pride Month.
gayer. Oh, hot damn.
Dude, I didn't know Tillman was in Spider-Man, and I saw that this weekend, and I was like, dude, this was a good casting we made in the Flesh and Blood movie. Like,
Totally.
this is so good.
That's
what I
good.
thought.
It was like a very similar role almost. I mean, not totally, but I saw it and I was just like, oh, yeah, we did a good job with that one.
Totally.
We got him first, too. So, well, I guess technically they filmed Spider-Man last year, but whatever, man. We didn't know
It's just
that.
crazy for three people to be in also the same biggest movies of the summer.
Dude.
That's awesome.
Well, hopefully the 228 people that saw us do that casting also watched Spider-Man. And hopefully some of them work in Hollywood and can get him in the right frame of mind and in front of the right people.
Thanks for calling out our view numbers live on the podcast.
Hey, that's just on YouTube. We're an audio format. We have dozens more listeners who stream our episodes weekly. That's right. It's weekly. It's week. It's not, look, it's weekly as in the amount of time. I know you're going to fucking say down there, Blake, not week as in weaklings. Okay? So get that out of your head. I am fumbling right now, guys.
I just like
you
the idea of describing someone as weakly.
Yeah.
That man is weakly. I don't know. It sounds crazy. I think that's grammatically correct, but for some reason it sounds wrong. But it is weekly, and you can support this podcast that is also on YouTube by joining our Patreon for as little as $4 a month. That's $1 an episode. That's cheaper than anything else you can buy. Name something cheaper. I'll wait. Exactly.
Yeah, get fucked.
You were all silent in that moment. So shout out to everyone who has supported us currently and in the past and in the future. We support all timelines. But yeah, today we are talking about.
That's another shirt we should have. We support all timelines. We need someone who makes shirts for us. Dude, my guy doesn't in the Discord doesn't say a lot, but always comes in with bangers. 3X drop. Love that. Love that. It's got a picture of Betsy with a gun. Don't know what your real name is, but you got some hilarity. So get in there more. Yeah, do it. Support it. I just want to say this to the listeners because and I told you guys this, I'm in a weird headspace as of recording. I get to see students for the first time tomorrow and I feel weird, but it's all right. You know, new school, new me. It's going to be great. I'm going by Mr. Morrow now. So instead of whatever it was before.
Coach T.
Or just Taylor.
What's up?
Ms. Morrow. Marvelous Ms. Morrow.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually so great. And then my fucking car, my brand new car, less than 10,000 miles on her, parked at 6:30 in the morning Sunday by a drunk driver.
The way I heard it, your car got in his way. Came out of nowhere. Just happened to knock into a drunk guy.
I listened to his podcast yesterday for Yu-Gi-Oh! And he was mad about his qualifier event not really firing. So
poor guy, which is crazy for me to say because it was the most chillest three people reeking of liquor to hit a parked car half a block from the house they were at on a Saturday night, Sunday morning, to just not be like their car wouldn't start. Unsure if they were too drunk to figure out how to restart their car or turn on the hazards or whatever, but according to them, it didn't work. Chillest people, you know, like if my car was totaled and I was drunk and my life was maybe about to change from this mistake I made, I might be less chill.
Yeah.
They're used to playing Yu-Gi-Oh, though.
This is how chill it was. Eventually the police show up, and the one guy whose house who was in the car but wasn't driving, and it was the house that they were partying at, he just walked home, got himself a hydration beverage. I think it was like a body armor, came back, sat back down on the curb, opened it and drank it, and just sat there the whole time his friend got fucking field sobriety tested and then arrested. And the guy was flabbergasted that he was over the limit. He like blew, and then the cop showed it to him and he was like, there you go. And he was like, really? As he's getting handcuffed, and he's like, they're like, watch your head, you know, he's like, I'm fine. It's fine. Whatever. I was just like, dude, I don't know what these drugs are this guy is on, but he's either rich or more fucked up than I realized, and he's just being fine. So
could be both.
Hopefully it's both, and his rich dad just buys me a new car if it winds up being fatal for my car. That's what we want to have happen. Isn't that the wildest? Like, wouldn't you be freaking out, you know?
Yeah.
His sister even was like, as he's getting toted off to jail, she's like, wait. I was like, oh, here it comes. And she was like, I need his key because I don't have anywhere to stay. And they're like, oh, yeah.
Here, you drive this home. Also,
wait. I need to sleeve your decks for regionals.
Yeah, totally. Your Yu-Gi-Oh deck is undouble sleeved. I got to get in there. Oh, it was a wild way to start a Sunday. And then now it's crazy. Monday. So anyway, right. I'm in a weird headspace.
You should take the first day of school off.
You're right. I have to now drive my all white cargo van to school.
Have to or get to?
Get with a bed in the back.
Yeah.
Mr. Morrow, are you homeless?
No, he's a fucking creep.
He actually has 2 homes if you count his van.
Yeah, one is this school and the other one is this van.
If you guys ever need anything, you can find me down by the river.
Anyway, hashtag go
Today
Roadrunners.
was the first day you can get chicken and waffle sandwich from Chick-fil-A.
Is it really?
They were fucking good.
Were they?
Oh, nice.
They got bacon on them. And it comes with a thing of syrup you can pour on it.
That sounds crazy.
So you slurped it?
Your chicken and waffle sandwich?
For those at home,
yeah,
yeah, Blake mimed.
Just put something in his mouth.
Dumping sauce onto some sort of cylindrical item that then he just put the whole thing in his mouth and is now dancing like
Slow
Kirby
grind.
might.
But
Yeah,
essentially, a sensual Kirby. A Kirby who swallowed a belly dancer.
Who also had some Chick-fil-A.
Good
Yeah,
God.
She had it in her hand. She was about to eat it, and Kirby got both. You shot too wide.
2 for 1.
Well, Taylor, I've got something great to talk about that will surely lift your mood. It's lower tier organized play in Flesh and Blood.
Yes.
The discussion, part 65. I feel like we've talked about this before, but we're coming back. We've got thoughts. And we'll just dive right in. Skirmish season, did it start? It already started. Did it already start?
I think it's
It
over.
was last weekend.
I think it's over.
Okay, Skirmish season is done with. Who went? I don't even know. It was Silver Age, so I didn't care. That's our first. That's our first.
Next
on the train. I think the skirmish format. I think altogether seems very strange. I guess it's for like less competitive players, but I just don't know why the assumption is, it's skirmish. We're going to do these alternative formats for people who aren't going to Pro Quest or Pro Tours or Callings or whatever. And I just don't see the logic there. I feel like couple reasons. One, we like this game for what it is. It's a classic constructed game. Like, that's the real game. Two, if you don't get to play that a lot, and skirmish season is like your chance to jump in without having to like play against all the sweaty people coming from and out of town to try to like spike your event, you probably want to play the game that you know and like. It's what I want. I speak for myself. Argue with me in the chat. And then 3, we just keep doing this with different weird formats that don't go anywhere. And it's just like, they did it for Blitz. They did it with Living Legend. Now we're doing with Silver Age. You're just like, why is my question. And who wants this? Who ordered this is what I want to know from our community. And I think, we might be in some kind of minority, because I do think people like Silver Age, but I'm curious.
Me included.
But is that driving you? Okay, Taylor, someone who likes it, is that driving you to Skirmish? Like, are you like, I got to get to Skirmish so I can play Silver Age?
Well, that's a complicated question for me because I'm an outlier.
So just say no. No,
an outlier geographically, because like the closest event will be 3 hours away. Right. So, and I did look, I was like, is there one in Santa Rosa? Nope. I guess I'm not going to go to one then, because it doesn't feel worth it for me to go that far. Whereas the classic constructed events feel more worth it and are a qualifier for a thing. So then I usually go to those because it's like, well, I'm going to play CC, which is cool, but then it's also a qualifier for a PT or nationals or something like that. So that incentive feels a bit more worth it to make the drive And I will say, like, to frame this like whole discussion we're having, we have talked a lot over the last couple of months about, like, you know, a little bit on the pod and between each other, just like, what is there really right now for the 80% of the player base, right? Who's just like, I have a family, I have a job, I have other responsibilities. Even if I qualified to go to Timbuktu, I couldn't make it happen. So I am not really incentivized to, like, I am incentivized to play more because it would be cool, but it's just like, you know, I'm only getting to 2 pro quests this season or whatever, and I go to Armory maybe every week, you know, maybe every other, maybe twice a month or something like that. And that's like the majority of your player base. And like, what incentives are we having for those people, right? And so that's kind of what brought us to this topic in skirmishes in general. Because skirmishes definitely, like Colin said, is like kind of the oddest duck out, it seems. And I get what you're saying too, Colin, is like, well, if we're going to have like a chiller format that gets you ready for the classic constructed events, why not just make skirmishes classic constructed? But then it's like, you can see in the boardroom, right? Like, Silver Age is your path into the game and your way into, you know, the price points lower, etc. You know, there's a lot of benefits for new players to get into that format. But then does that adequately prepare you to take the leap from that to then classic constructed and go to ProQuest London? Right? Is that's kind of the logic that we're playing around with? I'm not sure which is correct. Blake, what are your thoughts?
Hello, how's it going, everybody? I think this is something where this has been, we've been playing Fab for a while now. 2021 for me, and I think there is what worked in 2021? Okay, cool, we're going to improve it. What worked in 2023? Okay, cool, we're going to change it a little bit. Ooh, gym packs, we're going to change it a little bit. Oh, it's not it's not cold foil winner things. We're going to change it a little bit. And I think right now, gym packs is kind of like not my favorite now after we've done gym packs 4 or 5 times. This is gym pack 4 and gym pack 5 come out, and it's like, those are going to be in gym packs. And like, gym packs aren't interesting to me anymore because I've been around them for a year and a half. And now I'm kind of understanding why they would change things so much to keep things fresh, because I'm at my first, like, gym packs feels like a great solution, but I'm not interested. Like, I'm not super excited about like gym packs, because it is like, you want to just wait, buy the cards you actually do want the art treatments for, get them 3 months later, get them 6 months later, get them a year after, and they're going to be so much cheaper than I need to get these right away. Yes, maybe you're not playing them in your hero in the window of whatever. I think the other thing that is interesting is, like, this feels like one of our, not the meta in general, but the head honchos that are in charge of the meta right now have been the head honchos that have been in charge of the meta for a while. Mario's been around for
the heroes.
Yeah.
Okay. Not Brian and James.
No, I'm about to say Mario.
Okay.
So Mario's been around for a while. So has Ocilio, where it's like, I still didn't build one of those 2 decks. Both of those 6 still kick my ass. And it is something where, okay, that's making my armory not the least fun I've ever had, but like this, I'm ready for a change. And usually the changes come from a living legend. Usually the changes come from a new set happens. And those things do happen probably 6 or 7 times a year based on those 2 things. And so, play Silver Age. And I think we could say my layer of it again real quick, but it's simple. I don't really play Silver Age. Every time I've played it, I was frustrated that day. And it does feel like it's not a cooler format, in my opinion. It feels like it's Fab without all the cool cards. and I don't know if that's if an opinion people have had with Magic Popper for forever, but it's like all of my favorite Rhinar cards are not in there. All of my favorite Dorinthia cards are not in there. The Dorinthia turns I get excited to swing a Dawnblade is when I draw 3 out of my 4 cards are Majestics. Yes, Taylor.
I would say because we just played Silver Age the other day at Armory, and one of the things I enjoy about it is that it allows me to explore other heroes, you know? And I find that really fun. Like, I don't have to play Huntsman. I don't have to play a Rune Blade or whatever, you know? This is my chance to get to play Dromai, or I played Blaze the other night, and that was fun as hell, you know? And I enjoyed that part of it too, is that it's like, oh, well, that was super easy to just have that deck, play it, have a little bit of experience for 2.5 hours and then go home. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that changes your opinion. It's now you can play, you know, some other stuff if you would like to.
No,
you know,
because what you just said is how I have been participating in the game since 2021. I am the person who plays 12 different heroes. Why have you not? Like, yes, I specialize in Brute or Rhinar and Warrior stuff, but like I've also played like 15 different heroes at this point and have them all sleeved up, and it's like why do you have a Riptide deck? Well, I played it for a month once. Why do you still have Bolton? I've played it for 9 months of my life of this game. I've played combo Bolton, and it's never gonna be good. Throw your Bolton deck away, sell it. I never will. I'll probably build Bolton again with some random card that Bolton gets in the spring and fall or whatever. But what you're saying of, oh, you can try out new heroes easier is like, I'm borrow decks from other people. People borrow decks from me. That's how our stuff has worked for a while. I've already done that. I've already squeezed that juice, and I think the other thing is
the juice.
The other thing is like you're not getting the cool, majestic version of those heroes either. You're getting the watered down version of try this new hero, and it's the watered down version of that. Like you're not going to have the coolest game of your life, thematically, lore wise, or damage wise, when you're playing Silver Age.
I hear both you guys. I like Silver Age as a format. I don't like it as a competitive format. I don't know why we need to make it the competitive thing when it's designed. In my mind, it's for kitchen table, and like at a big event, they can do side events that are Silver Age, and like, you know, it's like you can have those things. It's like I don't know much about Magic, but I don't know that they have huge events that are popper events. You know, I think they seem like they would be smaller side event style things, and I think that's fine. I think my bigger issue is like we don't have a huge growth going on in this game. We've kind of hit a level where people are coming in and leaving in about the same amounts, it feels like. Yeah. And if you keep splitting the format and the player base and like creating these alternative competitive formats, you're diluting your impact on that player base. You're diluting the amount of times they get to play for things that they care about. And like I think Silver Age like is Armory level. And I think it just like it seems to be working against the overall plan that Silver Age is an entryway. It's like I get that, but it's like I don't know. I don't know that it actually is working that way. I think it is more just like a thing that people do on the side because they can't explore their heroes. It's cheaper to do that. But like I would love to see numbers that like Silver Age brought in like 10x more new players because it's so accessible and they can just buy a Silver Age deck.
Yeah. And they keep saying they have sorry to cut you off. Finish what you're saying. Sorry.
No, that was it.
They keep saying too that they're like running more armories every month than they were last month, and that sort of thing. And I'm like, man, I don't know. Like, locals aren't getting bigger. I don't have that anecdotal evidence, so I don't have any numbers to back this up. But my question about that statement is that because you're putting the game in more countries around the world, or are the established stores growing their player base? And I would like to know the answer to that question, because my anecdotal evidence is that the local stores numbers are getting lower. You know what I mean? Like their average is just lower. You know what I mean? So like that leads me to then believe that it's somewhere else. And that's like a super small sample size, and I understand all of the problems with making that assessment, but that's what I would want to know. Like, when James White says that, that's what the follow-up questions I would have is like, growing in which way? Like everywhere all around the world at the same time? Or like now that we're having a thing in Seoul, like we're getting the Korean market into the game. Of course there's going to be more armories, etc. Blake, in front.
The thought process, I'm on like events, local play. Like this is what we're talking about today is local play. So it was August 8th through 23rd. So when we're saying it's already over, I was like, there's no way. That is the way. Like, it was literally only 2 weeks long. Like, as school starting in America, I don't know. Like, that is a, like, weird time to, like, I need to go clothes shopping on the weekend for my kids. Or not everyone has kids, but, like, this is happening for a lot of people in my age. Thought process. Event types. I'm just going to go down the list. Armory events. Our armory events the best they've ever been. I think we could argue about that. Pre-release. The pre-release, celebrate the release of a new booster. Pre-release. Are those the best they've ever been? My favorite place to go play didn't have pre-release this time around. It's like they just didn't get their product in time. Skirmish was what happened the last 2 weeks. I didn't play in a single one. Oh, cool, there's a bunch of warrior cards, but they're literally only if you get top 2. That's the sweatiest stuff ever. I guess I'm just going to spend $60 on the promo cards I want 3 years from now. Like that's my interaction with that now. Road to Nationals happens once a year. So
yeah,
if you I'm going to Disneyland that weekend because my family's in town. Don't get to participate in that thing for another
Nick
year.
Schneider's wedding.
ProQuest. Want to join the big leagues? Okay, we have more ProQuest coming than ever. Next year though. Not now, which that's one of our bullet points in a little bit. And then the final one that I think is worth talking about right now, not just because it's the final one, but it's Battlegrounds. What is the difference between Battlegrounds and what we used to grow up with and be very excited about, Battle Harden? And I think it's pretty interesting not much is different at all, really. Battle Hardens, we kind of reskin them to be callings to make you care about them more. And now we're backdooring Battlegrounds as Battle Hardens, kind of, or Battle Hardens as Battlegrounds. But based on some notes that somebody took, I think these are right. There was only 10 Battlegrounds worldwide for the rest of the year. We have like 4 in California, but most people don't have any. So like we live in a spot where Battlegrounds are, and there was a Battleground last weekend on Saturday. I didn't go to, but there was, or was it Sunday? Saturday or Sunday? Sunday. Why is a Battleground on a Sunday? Like, it's a school night. Like, I have work tomorrow. I'm not going to go do that. Also, there's other stuff going in my life where I wouldn't go play in a 7-hour tournament. Or wait, it's literally a 9-hour tournament if you're going to win. It's a 10-hour tournament if you're going to win it on a Sunday. Like, I get why we have showdowns on Sunday because we have a bigger tournament on Saturday, but like...
And the showdown's Silver Age, so the tournament's over way faster.
Truly. And so, like, I think there's some... These aren't growing pains. Like, I think that's what's frustrating me a little bit, too, is, like, we're in year 7 of this. We should be pretty smart about our decisions. That there's no more time for growing pains, in my opinion, with LSS. Of, like, what do you want to grow with the game? And, like, let's get that messaging out there as soon as possible. And, like, prove it with your cards that you're putting out there. Prove it with your, like... I don't know, like how could you get me back into the mindset of like I can't miss Armory, and I can miss Armory so easily now. Like Armories are not can't miss, and is it because it's kind of a stale meta right now and I'm not playing one of the best ones? Is it because I've been friends with these people for 5-6 years already? There's not really that much excitement. Is there other things going on in my life where it's like I'd rather do that? Like I should have a thought process of should I go to trivia with my other friends, or no, I can't miss Tuesday. Tuesday nights are cards. That was my life for 4 or 5 years of I can't miss Tuesday night cards. Like don't even ask me to do something on Tuesday night. All my friends know I go play Flesh and Blood on Tuesdays. I maybe would add some Thursdays in there. I have Saturdays where I go play bigger tournaments, but ask me to do stuff on Thursday, ask me to do stuff on Saturday. But everybody knows I go play cards on Tuesdays. I have only played cards on Tuesdays at Odyssey maybe twice this summer. I think it's one time this summer. And there's other stuff going in my life, but I think LSS could have the like, you can't miss the Armory because that's where you get this. Or you can't miss the Armory because the game is so cool right now. You want to play against your friends as much as possible. And I just don't, I'm not getting that interaction. And it could, the people at home could be like, what are you not getting about? You did your 6 years of really loving this game, and now it's time for you to be more pedestrian, of show up once every 4 months and say hey to everybody, play a tournament, win a couple games and go, oh, I still got it after 4 months. Like, and I don't know if that's for everyone, like if there's thought processes happening to them, but like the other layer of this is I'm seeing some slot cards, and I have to do the Pleiades thing right now. Of the Pleiades slot card is one of the most boring cards I've ever seen in my life. I immediately went to Twitter and was like, hey, LSS, you've made some heroes that weren't for me. You've made some bad heroes. But the Pleiades hero has transcended into absolute boring that should be almost impossible for what Pleiades is, of a rock star that's swinging around a guitar. How is that hero so fucking boring? And that new card for her is, if you pay 1, it's a yellow, pay 1, maybe draw a card if this happens. Maybe. And you're just like, what are you guys doing? Like, and it doesn't make any sense. And like, how is a guardian a person who's playing music and, oh, guitar riffs? What are guitar riffs? Oh, it's things that happen in succession. Boom, 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 boom. Not one at a time every turn. Like, this is somebody with a big bass drum would be a guardian. Like a guitar player. Why am I talking about this? Like, it's starting to annoy me of like, the smaller things are starting to annoy me because my attention is elsewhere. I do see some polish in other places of my life of like, the video games are looking cooler. Marvel Tokon looks cool as hell, and I want to go play that because they put so much love and effort. Yes, it's a brand new shiny toy, but I think it's something where it's like, LSS, you need to be ready to go and be completely well-oiled machine and shiny, or like, I think this is a turning point where it's going to be like, people are leaving for Riftbound. Like, your person who you're putting on your weekly YouTube thing, Majin Bay is going and playing Riftbound and not doing press for them, but doing some free promos of like, I'm playing Riftbound this weekend. Some of your best players are going and playing Riftbound. The best Riftbound players are not also coming and playing Flesh and Blood. And like, yes, there's some Minguchi, like, oh, he got his first top 8, and that's going to be some, oh, Minguchi video. Like, are those people going to come from that? And we've been doing that for a year and a half. Like, we would have people from this type of stuff. And like, the spoiler season, this will be I can wrap up after this. I just had coffee and talking. The spoiler season, this is something where it's like,
clip this as a separate podcast for next week.
The spoiler season, I have seen this shit before, and it's not different. It's literally the same spoiler season over and over and over again, of like, Y'all want to try and do something different? Y'all want to give this to the same people every time, and they put the same amount of effort in? Like,
there have been some bangers.
And I
Shout
think
out
that
to
I'm not
Teklo
clowning on
Foundry.
you at all, Taylor, but like it is something where it's like, let's have 15 bangers instead of like, well, there was one really good one. So it was a pretty solid spoiler season because one person tried.
Well, that's not what I'm saying, but I'm just trying to give the Teklo Foundry their flowers for an Academy Award for their film Blue Guy versus Green Guy, or whatever.
I thought you meant the cards, but that video was good. Well, that was many things.
I don't even know where to start in response.
Well, I think we'll try to pull us back to the main topic and move from skirmish to battleground through a transitionary dialogue.
But and that dialogue is going to start with a question though, because I want to know, because I don't know what it would be. What would make you play a skirmish?
I mean, historically, it's just been that they're around and they're. I mean, to me, all events are equal. I don't really give a shit. Like it's more about if I have the ability to get there, if I have the energy, if I have the time from work in my life to get there, I will go to just about any event I can. But then if I have to look at the event and be like, oh, well, it's a format I don't play, I don't have a deck for, then it's extra work to like get ready for this event. And I'm just like not going to go. So for me, it's like, I just need it to be a classic constructed skirmish. Like that's all I want. And that's all I need. Like, I think there's no real, I just like don't see again, like how Silver Age is like really needs to be this competitive thing. Like it's a learning tool and it's a smaller format for people who want that. And I think, the biggest thing it has for it is, ease of entry and shorter tournament days. So I do think those are valid things to enjoy about it, but it's also, I'm still not going. So for me, it's just, I want the real game to be the thing that is highlighted the most and stop distracting us with these other things that are not the shiny thing. They're the dulled, basic version of the game that sure is faster, but like, and easier to get into, but it's not the game that I love to play. Like, at least Blitz had the cool cards and you did the crazy thing. Like, I don't think Silver Age is that format,
Right.
What about you? What gets you to skirmish?
I don't know.
Closer.
Yeah, closer would be better. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, honestly, like the only thing that really gets me to Pro Quests and Road to Nationals is the fact I could qualify for those things. Like that's it. It's never the participation bullshit, that has like never been good. It's certainly not like the 5 hours I have to drive to go to one, it's not those things. So it's like the fact to qualify. But then if skirmish was that, like it already feels like skirmish is that, except for it's just like a promo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That I don't even know what the promo is for this last skirmish season, because like there just have been ones that I didn't need to check in on for so much time, Blake, do you know what it is? Because do you have it pulled up?
What is like the winner promos?
Yeah.
Well, I thought you'd never ask. The top 2 get a shove off. The top 4 get an arcane polarity. The winner gets the Marvel Dorinthia Quicksilver Prodigy. They also get the arcane polarity playmat. So these arcane polarities are going for quite a pretty penny because they're used in Silver Age so much, and there's a full art where they look pretty nice.
Huh.
The Shove Off is the actual top 2 one. Shove Off is a card I may be thinking about playing in my Olympia deck, so I was excited about those. I think anytime there's a promo for just a top 2, I haven't topped. I won 3 Blitz. What did we used to call them? Blitz tournaments back in the day.
They were skirmishes.
They were skirmishes, right? Okay, I've won 3 skirmishes. So what I'm about to say is weird. I don't think it's a possibility for me to win a top 2 prize. Like the Shove Off is the thing I want. Instead of whenever I see those things, what's the prize for Skirmish 15? When it says top 2, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to buy that. I don't think if I try really hard, I could win it.
If you top 8 your skirmish, the only thing you get is a gym pack.
You got a top 4 to get something good. You got a top 2 to get something better.
That's
you
tough.
Got a top 1 to get the best. And I think that is something where it's like, oh, cool. When there's 8 of us in a meta and we live in North Dakota, cool. You maybe will counterpick somebody and do better that time. But like living in SoCal, I have been beaten to death by the SoCal crew that travels internationally for every major tournament. Where I'm like, I'm not looking forward to playing them in a format where you have to be perfect to beat them with incremental damage.
I don't really like I don't feel like we get enough prizing for everybody. You know what I mean? That is, I think, a thing that could be solved in the game. Like, period.
Yeah, pricing is usually pretty bad. And it's very dependent on the store. So, like, and like the store isn't that incentivized to give much in pricing, I feel like, even though they can charge a certain amount, like it just feels bad.
That's an actual thing that I think is very interesting, what we just kind of said. Let me say it more explicitly. How many stores do you think believe in Fab enough to juice a skirmish pot?
Let's just say in North America. I'm going to say 4.
And I think we could say who they are based on their interactions with LSS. Of its Min-Max Games,
Fab
Foundry, it's Laughing Dragon, and Green Fortress, or what is it? Green Goblin Game, or
yeah.
There's one on the East Coast that's like ogre related. And it's like everyone else, every other store, why would you juice a Flesh and Blood tournament pot when it's your 4th best game, your 5th best game, or like I don't think the owners are circling the skirmish and going, we should advertise for that. We need to make sure everybody's ready for that Saturday. I'm going to hire extra employees. It's going to be so sick. Because let's build our business plan around skirmish. Is just not happening.
Yeah, because also what's happening for Armory? You know what I mean?
They don't give a shit about that. Like,
right.
They're not circling Tuesday. If the air conditioner goes out Tuesday morning, there's not a store owner in the world being like, we got to get this air conditioner finished by tonight for my Flesh and Blood crew. It'll be like, sorry, Flesh and Blood. Air conditioner went out. Too bad, so sad.
Open the door. It's going to be hot.
And it's tough, and it's a hard thing to solve, because I don't know if it's solely on LSS, you know what I mean? But it's also like hard to get stores who is like, well, is this best return? You know, a lot of times, in my opinion, in what I have seen across the great west coast of the United States of America, is that the responsibility to grow and manage the Flesh and Blood community comes from a non-store employee, just a community member who has taken it upon themselves to make it an important thing, you know? And they make friends with the store and they say, hey, I'm going to do this. Is that cool? Blah, 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 you know? And that is usually what happens. Store doesn't run the gym, you know, and sign people up. It's like a community member who knows everybody, asks their name, signs them in on their phone, pairs the rounds, etc., and goes, right? And they don't work for the store at all. And they're doing it because they find it important. And I think that is like super cool. and an important part of our community, and those people need to be celebrated more. But it's like, are we celebrating them? How do we switch that responsibility from like a person who is volunteering their time to a store and their employees?
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, I think honestly that's a great thought, just because there should be something like, sure, LSS can't fix the store's ability or wanting to, well, no, I think they can do it by growing their player base, and they can do that, in my opinion, by supporting the one true format that everyone really wants to play. That is the whole point of this game. That you grow your player base, they have more incentive to give more prizing, they give more importance and time to the game. It's a virtuous cycle. You keep splitting it into these weird things and isolating your player bases into these different categories. Like, they're you're hurting your bottom line there, you're hurting the store's bottom line, and you're hurting the growth of the game, and all these other things kind of compound on that. I think beyond that, I don't know, it just makes sense to me. Like, you have rules for other formats, and then you say, here, community, you can play these if you want. You don't have to like officially support them all the time. It's like, yeah, Commander is supported, but it's like, you know, it's not like I don't feel like Magic cares that much. They're just trying to print money, so like they keep selling shit, like, because they know people are playing it. So like, if people are playing Silver Age, they'll buy the Silver Age decks and they'll keep playing it. So like, prove that that's a viable, you know, skew in your product line by selling it a lot. And if it keeps selling, you know, great. And if not, just say, here are the rules. These are the banned and restricted stuff for if you want to do an organized play version of this. But like, we're going to focus on Classic Constructed. So I think that's the one thing. The other thing I was going to say is that we should be, you know, they spend so much time being like, oh, who's the most world tour bestest person who has no other responsibility other than to play this game. It's like, no, who's the best fucking community person that's going to the store, begging them to carry the game, begging them to create time in their schedule, putting things together, doing learn to plays. Like, who are the Blakes at stores? Who are the people like fucking, I think Moscow was the one doing it in their local community on our Discord. Like, who are the people who are going out of their way to try to build this community for this fucking company? And why aren't we just why aren't they acknowledging those people and celebrating them? They're like, no, we're just going to focus on the winningest Brody that we can. It's just like stupid to me. Like, so I don't know. I do think, you know, I did want us to like also talk about Battlegrounds.
Yes.
And maybe a little bit of PQ stuff, but Taylor has another question. He did this last time I tried to.
No, this is the other thing I've written down. So, like, we talked about the infrequency of Battlegrounds.
Yeah.
And from a quick research I did amongst community members, is it seems like the way stores were signing up for Battlegrounds was like stores were invited to sign up if they had the capacity to hold a big tournament. So not every store can house 70 people or whatever, you know, maybe they can house like 25 or whatever. And that the store then had to like fill out a Google form or something like that. And I could be wrong. So if you are a person who knows this and wants to set the record straight, leave a comment, DM me, whatever, and then we'll talk about it next week on how I was wrong. But that stores then were like, what incentive do I have to fill out this form to host a thing that, like Blake said, is my fourth best game? You know, I like really don't. I don't care. Right. So that's why we have like maybe so few Battlegrounds. Right. And apparently LSS has changed this policy, because I bet their engagement with that was much lower. So now LSS is going to tell stores, hey, host a Battleground or something like that, or that you've been selected, or whatever, you know. We see that you do this many armories. Do you want to, with this many players, do you want to host a battleground, you know, to try to boost those numbers? Because they certainly do. We need to be having battlegrounds more often. So that maybe is the barrier here for the frequency we're having for this first rollout. Blake.
So the answer to this has been around. And I think it's something where, unfortunately, it's arcane games and events, but are you willing to do that in your locals? Do you have the infrastructure to do that? Do you have the time suck to do that? Do you have the money suck to do that? Do you have the body suck to do that? Do you have enough bodies for pick 10 of your people in your local meta to just like now their infrastructure and people that are working on a tournament thing? Do you even have enough people to still run a tournament after that? And it is like, okay, well, there's AGE this side of the coast, there's AGE that side of the coast, there's AGE in the middle of the country. Well, those are the places that do have this infrastructure that you can do. And Gigaba is another one. And like this is the answer of LSS isn't going to go, is this your third Gigaba you've been here? Here's a new title next to your name. Oh, how many have you been? You get a free sticker today. Like, LSS is never doing that. And I think it is up to your locals, but I think that's something where, as you're growing a game and you go, all right, locals, you got to do 80% of the work moving forward. It's like, why would I do that? Like, oh, I really like the game. I would do that. I really like the people in my game. I would do that. But if I'm starting a brand new thing, I don't know if I like the game that well, and I don't know if I like the people that well. Why would I jump to like look for the helpers or whatever? And like, I think that can be some frustration. Hello, I'm a former member of AGE, and I did that for 18 months, and I'm kind of disillusioned from it because it didn't work out in my grand scheme of things of what I thought would be cool with it and whatever. And now, has it soured my relationship with Flesh and Blood? Not 100% of it, but I'm not like, oh, guys, we need to put a full force in behind Slurp the Shadow Throne. It's like, why? Why do I have to do that as a person playing the game? Why do I have to make sure, hey, everybody, this weekend's a big tournament. Make sure, call people that haven't played in a while. Let them borrow a deck. It's going to be so cool. Let's get as many people as we can for pre-release this weekend to show those stores how much we care, and maybe they'll give us more stuff next Tuesday. It's like, that's such a like loser mentality of a thought process of the game where you're like, if I lived in Kansas, like, I can't imagine doing that. And it is like, I think you're just in an eternal, like, I wish Fab was better. I wish Fab had more people. I wish Fab had like whatever meta stuff is. I've been wishing for a few of these things for a while. And I do think like the one thing I have enjoyed the most has been armories. Like that is, who cares about all this stuff because my armory experience is so good. And that hasn't quite been true since about like March or April for me specifically, because Compendium didn't light the world on fire. I'm not a lightning person. And so I'm falling in the cracks right now of, oh, Blake, did you like your Olympia stuff? And like I went and played 2 armories in the last month because my new Olympia deck is kind of cool. But like tomorrow I'm going to do something else instead of going and try my Olympia deck at Odyssey Games.
Well, I think there's also, it's okay to, you know, my passion for the game does not also equal me playing the game, if that makes sense.
Well, yeah, you're on the podcast. You are super passionate about it.
I totally am. In my play, like waxes and wane, and this is who I am as a person. You know, I have many hobbies, I have many interests. They wax and wane over the course of a year. Variety is the spice of life, you know? So if I played Flesh and Blood every Tuesday for 52 weeks, that would be, I would get burnt out just on one day a week. You know what I mean? So I think it's okay. I'm telling you as your friend, I'm giving you permission to not play Flesh and Blood, but you can still be a Flesh and Blood player. You know what I mean? And care about the game. I'm on a tangent here, and I've been lost. We're talking about Battlegrounds.
I mean, I think.
Go ahead, Colin.
Like what Blake was saying about these kind of grassroots competitive tournament things is where we've seen like the most success of getting more stores involved, getting more people involved, getting them around to different, stores and building community and cool events. And, at the Gigaba that we went to, it was a battleground, right? It was a battleground.
Yeah, it was both.
So yeah, it was a Gigaba event, but it was also a official battleground for LSS, and like that is cool. I think the battleground is a cool concept. It's a smaller but still big event. It's you get the tournament packs, like you get more support from LSS on it. And it's just like, well, why aren't we just doing more of these? Like, why do they have to be a certain size? And maybe they've released that, but it's like, make it be a little bit more flexible and just let people have cool single day events that aren't callings, aren't these other things where you're expected to travel and stay overnight and do all this other shit. It's like, most of us can't always do that. So like, stop. Like, so much effort is geared. I think this is like the kind of thread through all of this stuff. So much effort and marketing and money is given to these big events that, like 50% of are just the same people going place to place, and the rest is like local people who happen
more.
Yeah, I'm just being generous, without being hyperbolic. And I think then the rest of people there are just people who happen to be there, or maybe they did is their one time a year they could make a big trip out of it. But I don't know. It's like, I don't want to plan my vacation in my life around like fucking Flesh and Blood tournaments. Like, maybe I don't want to go to London. Maybe I want to go somewhere else. Like, so it's like, it's hard to like buy into that whole, play the game, see the world. It's like, no, dude, I'll go see fucking Pasadena. I'll go see Orange County. I'll go see Alhambra. Like, that's fine for me. Like, I like playing games with people I know. Like, I don't need all this other shit. So why can't you just juice our experience at that level and make people really want to play the game? And then if they love it and they have the time and money to do it, they'll go into that other tier. But like, you're like trying to dangle this carrot that's so far away that we can't see it. And you're just like,
yeah,
well, why do I care about that carrot? I just want to hang out with my boys and play some games over here.
Because that's what we do at the big events anyway.
Yeah.
And one thing about the grassroots thing that is a funny anecdote is this going to happen all the time? Is this not going to happen? I think it's up to you to go, what do you think would happen here? There was a team tournament. A team won. What are we playing for? I think it was a case of omens. The team won the case of omens. 3 people split 4 omens boxes. They didn't post any polls. Why did they not post any polls? They opened up 4 boxes of omens and got basically like $150 worth of value because they didn't really have any hits. So they spent the whole team spent all day long to get a case of omens as their grand prize that maybe you could have spent. I'm trying not to be so rude right now, but if you spent $400, you save 7 hours of your life, and yes, it's cool to have those games, and you'll always remember that. Will you always remember that team tournament you won? Maybe, but it was like, did nobody post any, like, what did you guys get from the boxes? And they were like, nothing. And we went to Battlegrounds and we got a box each. Thank you so much, Gigaba. And it was like, oh, I opened up a cold foil Fable, and that does feel good. And I sold that card and got $300 from it or whatever. And then that's a feel that's bad for some other people because they didn't do that. And it is like you can't have your whatchamacallit be like we can't pay people based on did you get the best card in the set or not out of your like prize packs.
Totally. And Colin, what you inspired me to think about is like, okay, so if we did juice smaller events, let's say whatever it is at the same juice level as a PT. You know what I mean? The participation prize is a PT level juice box. Does that take
like
away
$5,000?
No, like at PT London years ago, it was the cookie being dumped into tea for Sync
Oh,
Below.
you mean like the special promo?
Yeah. Like if that was just the participation prize for going to your skirmish with something hella dope, and then that just persisted in every event, even the PT, does that then take away from the specialness of the PT experience?
I mean, I don't know, but they keep taking stuff away from boxes and putting them at events. So like, I don't know. Like, I think there's a way of making things that are cool that people get for going to these events. Like, we've seen it. You just make a good card and a cool art for it, like a staple card with different art. Like, it's not that hard. Like, just do that. And sure, that costs money. You got to pay for art and all this other stuff, but like, they're already doing it for these big events. Like, it's just a couple more events a year to do it, or like, I don't know. I think there's a lot of ways they could juice it. They've tried a lot of different things to juice all their stuff except their boxes. Well, I guess they've tried to juice their boxes, but they've done it in such a bad way that now there's nothing good in the box. They've extracted too much juice. And now it's just a husk.
They've wheezed the juice.
They wheezed the juice too hard. No, you got to stop wheezing the juice. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's a fair, and I think it's a fair thing to ask. I think there's, and maybe this is a point of like, we're already talking about this, but like, what else can we do it? Like, it doesn't just have to be the prize. I think there's other ways of like, incentivizing this. We've talked about experience points for specific heroes and tracking people and their love of a hero, and maybe they don't win events, but they win games and they do pretty well, and like, you can see how people are doing, like, and you showcase those people and they get a special prize if they reach a certain level with a hero. We've talked about
I literally on Talishar, where it was like, you're 4 out of 5 plays to become an Olympia Mastery. I was like, that's literally the coolest thing. Like, I have literally done so many Reinars at events. If it was like, you have put in 20 Reinars into things, we sent you a promo card from LSS.
Yeah. Why not? Like, why wouldn't they do that? Like, it just...
Yeah. I mean,
it seems very easy. Like, there's all these entry points that
I can't really go this. I don't really want to go this weekend, but I'm going to go because I'm 5 away from getting my Reinar promo.
Totally. Yeah. Or fucking Lucas is also winning the exact same number of games on Huntsman as I am. I got to fucking go to try to get ahead of him on the leaderboard. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I also think, to answer my own question I asked everybody, and then we can get back to this hero leaderboard that I've been asking for years. Shout out to the podcast. It's our birthday. 6 years of podcast.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to us.
Well, I was going to wait till the end, but here's a tres leches cake from Porto's.
Oh my God, it's beautiful. Is that if they did juice smaller events, it would take away 0 from the major events in my mind, because I'm not going to go like, oh, I don't need to go to London because I can get something just as cool locally.
I'm already
it's more like
going to London.
Yeah, it's more seats at more tables with more food, with more people happy. But it's more work and more money. Like, it's like, why would we do more work and more money? It's like, because you want more people sitting with more food at more tables.
Yeah, and hopefully it would pay for that. So,
yeah.
But it's like, if it was, I would rather feel good about collecting stuff from all the local stuff I could go to rather than how many world events I could go to. Because then it's like, when I go to those world events and actually do get to collect that stuff, it would mean a little bit more. It'd be like, yes, this is all my local stuff, and this is the 3 times I've gone international to play Flesh and Blood, and I have these things. Isn't that cool? I feel great because I've been collecting locally. Here's my other stuff. Rather than like, here's my moth-ridden collection because I can't travel internationally, but still here's the 3 times I got to do it. And I could be wrong about how that feels. Get at me if you guys feel similarly or have like the same thing, because it doesn't detract. Because the big thing about the PTs or nationals is that their PTs are nationals. You know what I mean? The only reason I went to London was because I qualified to go to London. You know what I mean? I'm not going there to just play in the fucking calling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To get the Sync Below promos, I'm going there because I've qualified. So if I get to that level, that's the reward.
The one thing that I'm thinking about too that has banged around in my head that I got to get out, like, well, who are you targeting? And it's like, I think based on my thought process in my area, you want a tournament that entices Tao, a player that's been playing for 2 months, and the Blake Myers of the world. How can we hit all 3 of those? What do we need to do of new players, pro players, people that have no shot at winning, but have been playing? Like, what is the mystery mix here? And it's like, tournament packs are for blank only. Gym packs or whatever. And I think Omens ruined gym packs for me, because it took, I went to 5 armories to start off gym, like 4 armories to start off Omens, and Odyssey didn't have a single gym pack that whole time. And now gym packs are like they don't feel real to me. I'm like, oh, guess what's going to be in the new gym packs for Slurp the Garden Throne? It's like, I don't care, because gym packs aren't real.
Well, it's also the hits in gym packs are a little interesting. I think they haven't tuned them as well, you know? And I get it. Like, I have Ebbing Arcstride here, Illusionist Attack in the full art, which looks pretty sick, but I don't play this hero. And so I guess I could trade somebody for the hero I do play.
What's it called? Ebbing
Arcstride. But I'm not sure this is played.
Oh, wait, it's not playable.
You know, it's the 0 for 5 fragment gets go again. You know what I mean? So, like, that's the other thing. Like, Path Same Ends, we know this is a staple. That's good. We have this, you know, out of gym packs. So I like that, but like Beckoning Brilliance is not really played. This gets a full bleed, you know? So, and I have a playset of those from gym packs right here on camera.
What the hell?
Oh, you were like, what's Beckoning Brilliance do? It's a lightning action. Cost 0. When this attacks, the next instant you play this turn costs 1 less to play. You know?
Wait, what happened to Colin?
He's having technical difficulties, and I was just going to kind of keep going there.
No, it was more just so everybody knows. Colin is going to rebuild. We're fine. I think, so those 3 people, I'm talking pro players that have a shot to win, players that have no shot at winning, and then brand new players to, like, to pay off it's your $20 ticket to the Pro Tour. Like I haven't been around those players very often. Like there's not a brand new person at Wildcard Cyclone on Thursday nights, which I'm not frustrated about, but I'm like I thought they would have happened by now.
Yeah, and that's tough. That I don't know how to solve or have any ideas for. I think a couple of things we've talked about, is like participation stuff could be better. I think the hero specific leaderboard for experience, like your lifetime experience with X heroes you've played at tournaments, and then that being like a global thing, country thing, etc., would be super sick. And I think would drive a lot of participation, probably more class loyalty than we've ever had, because that would be so cool. I would be very, very into that. Develop an unhealthy relationship with the leaderboard, and then eventually just have to like kind of wean myself off of, or like go cold turkey of like never checking it ever again, because it's become an obsession and unhealthy. But that sounds good for business.
I used to check leaderboards 3 times a week because it mattered to do XP. We don't have anything to do XP still 5 years later. I feel like we're not hitting all the greatest hits of every time we do this stuff, but it is something where it's like I have 3,000 lifetime experience points. Is there a store? Is there a t-shirt I can get? Like, can we click a button that's like, you have the Fab Gold jersey, not jerseys. You have the Fab Gold shirt because you have over 2,000 XP points. You have the Fab Platinum shirt because you have over 3.
You really have over 3,000 lifetime XP?
Like, I played so much in 2021 and 2022.
That's crazy.
I probably got 70% of those 3,000 in the first year and a half of playing.
How many rated wins do you have?
Oh, whoa, we're really doing this? Rated wins is 93.
Oh, 2 more than me. No.
I have 959 total wins.
Oh, I only have 447. We didn't have Armory for years because I live in such a small place, So we were just playing kitchen table for so long.
Because the thing I do care about is and the one thing, not pride, but I've always do care about this is I'm one of the 200 most caring about Fab people, in my opinion, because I'm 190th in America for lifetime XP. And that's something I do check that. If I had just seen this, like I've been as low as maybe 167. If I had opened this and it said 230 or 270, I think there would be a like, oh, I've been out too long. People do care about this game more than me. But like I've gone from 160 to 190. So it is kind of like there's not new blood that's playing. Like legitimately I would play 4 to 5 nights a week. Evan Bridges, that motherfucker, has played multiple Lexis and multiple other metas where he would play 6 to 7 days a week. He literally got so much better in such a short amount of time because there's so many armories around and you would XP grind. He had by far, like, there's been 5 or 6 people I know that I play all the time that have been in the top 5 of XP getters because they just went like, oh, it's my turn to just grind XP because that's important. That's a way to get tournament invites at some points in this life. And it's like, because I'm aware and I've walked those steps before and I've seen those other people walk those steps, what we have in place right now just does not seem grandiose. It does not seem important, and it does not seem worth my time.
It's also weird that ELO is still on here, but we don't use it.
So update your website, LSS. Get the ELO out of here if it doesn't matter.
Also, we need more avatars.
Where are the... Okay, because let me literally check.
We're on gym right now. If you go to your thing, your gym ID, and then you can edit details, and one of the things is change avatar at the top. We just got the same ones when they gave us that. There's been
So I've played 8 armories since Omens of the Third Age pre-release. And some people may be like, why am I listening to you talk? You haven't been doing jack shit. But it is like...
I've played 3.
It's summer.
Yeah. One thing I think we had ideas to think about, like, you know, what are other ways or other things we would like to see to like help local play, you know? And one of the ones we had come up with was like a store championship, right? Which is kind of like a battleground or a skirmish, or could replace skirmishes, but it's like there's a season at your store, and it's kind of like what the Gigaba is doing, right? Is that there's a short season at your store, and then you have like a store championship with some sort of prizing, right? That's just to your store. And it's like plenty of other games kind of already do that model, but that certainly would be, I think, an incentive for me to want to go to Armory a bit more, you know? And it's great that we have these grassroots things, AGE, Golden Gate Battlegrounds, etc. But unless those get so big and ubiquitous with the player base, it'll always feel, and I don't mean this offensively, less than anything that officially comes from LSS. You know what I mean? Like we get cool stuff from Golden Gate Battleground that's all California themed, like the Courage token has firefighters on it. It's super cool. I really think that's super clever. Gold Kiss Rum is a wine bottle for California, Northern California with wine country. Like those are all super cool, and love representing those worldwide for my local scene. But for me, and maybe other people feel this way, it's always going to feel a little less than, that just feels wrong, than the official LSS sponsored cool shit. You know what I mean?
Because being on the ground floor of AGE, it was like, how do we get LL points added, and how do we get gold foils added? It's what we're doing, because that's what people cared about at that juncture of playing.
Colin, you're back.
Jeez. I'm back. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm thinking I'm back. I think what's interesting about this conversation is, it seems really hard, and where it seems like we're trying to please everyone. And then I think the end result is how many people would be like, this is the golden age of Fab right now. And
I would not say that.
And like, I think one thing that is true, because whenever I say this, there are some people that go, I think Fab is at a great place right now. And I want to go, how many years have you played? And I think usually those people are under 2.5 years played. And I think Fab is so robust that you could have fun for 3 years just playing all the different heroes and looking all the different ways and trying out all the different classes of, I'm going to go through a competitive season as an assassin. I'll go through a competitive season as a wizard. Let me try illusionist this time. I've done all that. And it is kind of like, there's not a new class. Necromancer is going to be Malice. Okay, cool. Is there a pirate coming out? Oh, cool. I'll try that. But like, I'm running out of options at this point, 6 or 7 years in, unless they make some of my old options way better. And it is something like, all right, Mastery Pack Warrior is going to get Kasai out of here. Dio won the calling. And you're like, what? There's so many top 8. It's all the thing right now is Ocilio.
We can't go down this rabbit hole.
Right.
I'll flip out. In terms of like the amount I want to say about, there's 5 Ocilios in the top 8, and none of them got living legend points. This feels bad.
All right, so I would like to address Blake's point of, we can't please all the people, but we should be pleasing the largest percentage of the player base, which is us normal people who just play the game and like it. So
book.
Why Blake's reading the first book he's ever read, and he's doing it on the podcast. Wow. He just was talking for probably 15 minutes straight. I don't know because my internet broke and I'm running on a hotspot, but that's my guess.
I just saw this book on the ground. I've been looking for it. So
he's been looking for it.
He just freaking ADHD brained into reading a book.
What book? Now you have to share what book it is because
It's Harry Potter.
The Velvet Rage: Overcoming the Pain of Growing Up Gay in a Straight Man's World.
Wow, it's some deep.
Jesus. Well.
Whoa. Maybe I want brute cards to be good because I'm fucking living in a world that's not meant for me, okay, LSS?
We'll unpack that in the film and television channel.
Yeah,
we
wake
don't have
up.
a book channel.
But yeah, so my point being, everything we've talked about today is all about how do we better serve the actual player base of this game, which are the people who buy boxes, go to Armory, and go to Skirmish, and maybe a Battleground, and sometimes ProQuest. These are like they're at a local level. Magic the Gathering isn't designing everything they do around the people who go to their big tournaments. It's about the huge player base that just likes buying the cards and playing the game, and they make it worthwhile to buy the cards and play the game. Why can't we just do that too? The game is really good.
The game is super good.
The game is super good. Like, why don't you just make it even give us more incentive to be like, yo, you got to come to the game store for just a regular Armory, for just this one day tournament. Like, come play these games. Like, I'm sorry, Silver Age is not our entryway. The game itself is the entryway. You just need to support the people actually playing it and stop just pleasing the 50 to 100 people who don't actually spend much money on product because they only buy the best deck at a time from secondhand sellers, money to travel and play this game, and then a bunch of other weird people money to advertise it once and never play it again. Like, just support the people playing the game. Give us cool shit for playing and liking your game, and we don't have to be good at it to earn it. That's not a value. I don't know. It's just like, fuck you if you think that's what what we have to do to get anything cool from you. Like, we've supported your company. Give us good shit. Like,
totally. I've bought the cards. I've driven to the tournament. I'm fucking here, and you're gonna say it's good enough that you spent $40 and went 1 and 5. You know, like. That's tough. And it sucks too because like you have this great game. It's so fun. It can be fun to go 1 and 5 because you have dope art. You have dope ways that you've changed the card art or the templating, you know, for how the card looks. You have dope heroes that are so fun to play and on theme. And there are such great people in this community. You've like nailed all of those things. But you just have like, I don't know. It's just so hard to not be good at the game and want to still play it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do know what you mean.
Or just have a bad day. Like, who's to say what is good at the game or not? Like, LSS
had a bad day.
certainly says like you gotta Clements your Spurlock, and those are the best, you know. But really, it's like, you know, if you're, I will never forget the last tournament I played in, and I'm in the losing bracket, and I have to play Tough Nut, and whatever his face, he's from Turkey, is just like, welcome to the Tough Nut bracket. And I was just like, oh no. And he just like laughed his way to beating me to an utter pulp. And I was just like not having a good day. And it was fun how much fun he was having. But then you just kind of like, I don't know. It was a weird day. It was a low point. But like, what did I
you've
get?
Never been the same.
What did I get out of that experience? I don't know. A weird story, and we were in the like weird side room at the store, and I guess I got a gym pack that had nothing in it, and I spent
a blue
$40. Not even. That would be great if I got a tournament pack. It was a gym pack, Colin.
Sorry.
The tournament pack, being one of the worst ones, was an eye-opening experience of like
yellow spears of sterility.
If it's not happening to you, great, but it's happening to
most of the people,
40% of the fan base, or probably 60% of the fan base is getting bad tournament packs.
Yeah, the 40% that's them saying "fuck you,"
right?
And I don't get why is so like if people, so like you're only gonna really want red flick flack, right? You don't really want blue flick flack. Maybe you do. I don't know. But let's say the red is clearly the best, right? And then tournament packs come out and you didn't print yellow or blue. And they're like, oh, they only come in red. That's so smart. But then there's a niche group of people who are like, no, we want the blue ones too. We want to complete all 9.
So I figured it out as you were talking. Ready? I got you. You.
Okay.
We'll do assassin one. Ready?
Ready.
We'll look at all the assassin lists because we have all this information. What is the most popular, strongest copy of Shred? Is it blue, red, or yellow? Well, we know it's yellow based on this stuff. The red cut to the chase is the strongest copy of that one. So instead of the first 3 assassin tournament pack cards being red, blue, yellow, shred, this is now going to be red cut to the chase, yellow shred, and then another card.
Plunder the Poor, red.
Plunder the Poor, red. Those are the 3 possible assassin cards, not you need 9 copies of the same card. That seems pretty lazy, LSS. If you thought about it longer than 26 minutes, you probably could go, why don't we do 3 copies? It doesn't matter if it's boom, boom, boom. Which cards would they want the most? Or which cards are the most prevalent in our tournament winning lists? And I think that's the polish that I want from the game that I love. That's the polish that I want from a game that's going to ask me to go to France for World Champs. I'm only going to tournaments that are in California, Oregon, Nevada, and there hasn't been a single tournament in Arizona for me to go to that's been a Calling or Battle Hardened. In 6 years of paying attention, how have you never been to Arizona? That blows my mind. That's how much effort I put into participating in your game, because that's what I'm getting back from you guys, LSS. If your tournament packs had for brutes, what I could do, red Wild Ride, blue Barraging, because that's the one that's used the most, and then pulping red. Holy shit, must see TV for those tournament packs. I don't want you to do red, yellow, blue pulping in tournament pack 3, and we're doing this all over again for that one.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just wild to me that you're like, oh, here's this exclusive pack that you only get at these certain tournaments, and we're gonna put shitty fucking cards in them because it's still gotta be like a chase. And it's just like, why do you hate us so much? that's what you want to do. For like the one event I get to go to and get this pack, it's a shitty card. Great, thank you. Good night. So yeah, just fix those things. Couple, 2, 3 things. I don't know if you guys talked about bringing back Living Lurkers. AKA
we did not.
Underdog. Incentivize people to play heroes in Classic Constructed with less than 100 Living Legend points. That's an alternative format that is just a deck building exercise and not a separate version of the game. That gets people doing different things. It gets people trying different things. Like, why isn't Skirmish that? Like just something fun and weird not a completely different version. Like, let heroes get living legend points. Let people explore different things, you know? And just support us.
Kind of what you're saying of living lurkers, like, if you have the data of who has played the most Betsy in the last 5 years, not the last 5 weeks, who's played the most Betsy over the last 5 years? Betsy hasn't been around for 5, so let's go ahead and say 3. Who has played the most Betsy over the last 3 years? When they get to a milestone of they have 500 Betsy games, send them a random one-of-one card about you're the Betsy champion person. I don't think they'd sell it to somebody else for 20 grand. I don't think that's how this game works. I think they'd keep it as a trophy because they are the person who cares about Betsy the most.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we've given so many free ideas here, so please take any of them. You can even call it Underdog, even though Living Lurkers is more fun. But like, yeah, it seems like there's a lot of space to be creative, to support the game and the people who play it at a local level that doesn't actually take that much more effort and uses things that they already have. Just a little bit of, thought and care towards
which is
community.
Like they just, they put out a notice that they were hiring full-time like software developers or whatever, and it's like, man, they haven't even had those on staff this whole time. Just reminds me of like how absolutely small this company is.
Yeah,
but that there also needs to be somebody who's thinking about these things. You know what I mean? Like,
we're doing it, but they don't listen to us.
I don't know. They kind of do. Also, put your voice actors in your trailers. Credit those people, please, somewhere, and who wrote it. While we're speaking of jobs that we could easily do, that were just little things, the polish that Blake has been talking about, Also, how do you write your scripts? You have people you say write stuff. Sorry, this is my Blake moment where this is a complete tangent that I want to say this out loud that I've been thinking about.
Blake has a second book?
He has another. You own 2 books?
This one is called Straight Jacket, Overcoming Society's Legacy of Gay Shame.
You only don't read gay books? I've learned so much about Blake this episode.
Yeah, I didn't know Blake was gay. That's crazy. What a way to come out to your friends.
Whoa.
He collects pink round puffs, and he only reads gay novels.
No, these are like gay, I don't know.
Self-help.
Like nonfiction. Self-help game books.
Well, they're still novels, aren't they?
No, novel is a specific type of fiction.
Okay. Anyway, I don't know how you write your scripts.
Went to your kids and said, "Are you done playing Pokemans? Let's go to Red Robin."
When Mastery Pack Assassin comes out and you're like, we're going to string together 8 nonsensical sentences.
Metrics has been brought to
let us know who wrote those nonsensical sentences.
Like, why? Just tell us a short story
as
with those 8 sentences.
Disease creeps up from the streets, daggers rain down from the skies. Which one will you take up the mantle? Mortimer, Uzuri, or just a day in the life of Arachne? Choose your hero. Own your class. Mastery Pack Assassin.
Is that the real?
No.
That was all
better.
from my brain.
That's better.
That was improv.
For a second, I was like, I thought he was just doing a bit, and then I was like, wait, this has gone on too long.
No, it makes sense. Remember when Blake did what does a king need but a crown? What does a crown need? A head. And what does a body need? Or what does a head need? A body. And a body needs food. whatever that was. It's just like, that's what it is that path of law. Anyway, sorry, tangent. Can we credit the people that need to be credited for the stuff? Hire somebody to answer the questions that we are asking. Use those questions, or just fucking tell us to shut up. That's fine too.
Just pay attention to us. That's all we want.
Oh God.
Look,
Junted was the last spoiler we got. Junted, guys.
Stop. No, we're not ever getting another spoiler card. Don't worry, guys. It's over.
We'll get one when Zane's back.
It's over.
Speaking of Zane, happy birthday, Zane.
Whoa.
Oh shit. Happy birthday, Zane. Same as the podcast. Congratulations.
Yeah. Zane and the podcast are the same age.
Do I need to go type it now, or it's when this episode comes out?
It's the day before this episode comes out.
Okay.
Wow. Happy birthday, Zane. Wow. Zane and the podcast. Zane is 6 years old in podcast years.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations. All right. That's our episode. I think we had a great discussion. We want to continue this discussion with you, the listener. So make
Get
sure
mad at us in the comments.
Yes.
Pick a fight. Let's go.
I was watching somebody's reel, and they were just like, you know what? Y'all angry men who are mad at me about whatever, being a woman, have paid for my side-by-side. I paid for that with cash. So thank you. So funny. Y'all call me fat and it just pays my bills. So call us not fat, because that would actually probably be hurtful. And I don't know if I can handle that yet. I'm only 0.0001% of the internet famous. So can't handle that yet.
You were going to say that's your body fat. I'm going to say, shut the fuck up, dude.
No, that'd be fucked up. That'd be fucked up to say that, to just say that. But continue the conversation, whether that's in the YouTube comments, whether that's in a DM on BlueSky, whether that's paying $4 to get into the Discord just to tell us we're fat. I'll take that.
Yeah. If you pay the $4, you say whatever you want.
Yeah. I'll even show you my feet, but not the toes.
You want to see pictures of Blake smiling? They're behind the paywall, baby.
Yeah, this is a paywall.
The sneezes are free.
Sneezes are free.
Blake has co-opted the Jank Lab
for his personal
channel for his just personal glow up he's going through.
And we're here for it.
It's a good use.
Oh, I thought it said Jerk Lab. My bad, guys. I can find
Great job.
Hands in. Let's jerk each other.
Shout out to Brazil.
Shout out to Brazil. Get
Jerk
fucked.
to Brazil, baby.
And good night.
Or morning. Or afternoon.
Just good.
Just a good. Should we all do a viscera moan at the same time? Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to
That was happy
us.
birthday in this monastery. That's how demons say.
Happy birthday. The Attack Action
Podcast and Taylor Morrow and all his streams.
Happy birthday, Zane!
Happy birthday to Zane. We love you guys.
The rot comes from within, and I find it in
Same
all
number
of
between
my
one
subjects.
One in
Zane the
212.
Rot Johnson.
Ooh, Dr.
Jane
Mortimer.
the Rot Johnson.
Dang, and he's a necromancer doctor.
Whoa.
Assassin.
Compounded shame and the associated rage is a toxic quagmire that can keep a gay man stuck in this uncomfortable, out of touch emotional stage for most of his life.
Dang.
Until he comes to understand how shame is operating on him, feeding on him.
Blake was pointing to himself during that. Also,
that's some barraging Blake shit, dude.
Confirmation, Blake can read.
Blake can read. He has books. He loves books. And we love him. And we'll never shame him.